Hello, good morning, everybody. This is Jesse here at Jesse Lee Strength and Fitness. It is a beautiful Saturday morning, and welcome back to my channel. This is largely my channel. I'm focused in on these running videos. I do some fitness videos as well, so please take a cruise around and see if there's anything you like. Not making anything fancy, and mostly just standing in front of camera and talking. If you're into that, hey, more power to you. I am too. So today's run is a recap of run number 13. I am getting really close. I am almost exactly 1 week away from my 10K, which will be the kind of culmination of this whole last 6 months of run training. And that will be on next Sunday. I've running the half marathon training program because I had a condensed period of time in which I was wanting to prep for this 10K. So the half marathon, I assume, will give me a little bit more volume. So I wanted to get exposed to some of those longer distances. So when I ran my 6.2 miles next week, it won't feel as if it's the first time. So that's kind of an important thing for me is last year I ran and I felt pretty good through about 4, and then the last 2.2 were really hard. So I was well conditioned for about 4, and that was about it. So this year I'm trying to make to remedy that, because largely I focused the earlier parts of my training on running 5Ks because I think the distance is nice. I don't want to commit massive amounts of time to running. I run about 3 days a week. I do run 3 days a week. And I try to follow these Garmin Connect programs because it's concise. It helps me just eliminate any of the fuss about what I'm going to do with my running. So I just get out there, follow the program, and let it rip. Today's workout was probably the longest run of this year for me. I looked I think almost in my life, it looks like I'd ran about just a little over 7 a couple of years ago and during a training run. So today I covered 6.67 whilst running. Had I ran the additional 10 minutes, I probably would have PR'd on that distance, but it's fine. So today's workout was a 5-minute warm up. It was a 50-minute easy run and a 20-minute option. So I chose to do 10. I ran it on the river trails, and by the end there, I just like my calves, and it just felt like a lot more work than I really wanted to continue to do. So I ran 50 plus 10, so I ran a total of 1 hour straight without walking or anything like that, and at an easy pace. And I ran that on the single track river trails down below where I live. And it was a beautiful morning. I ran into the woods. There was a mountain bike trail that was getting ready to start, so I kind of got out ahead of them, and I finished before they got started, luckily. So that was pretty cool. So the total workout with including the warm up and cool down was about 7.28 miles, and that took me 1 hour and 10 minutes. I feel like that's a long time to dedicate to a run and a workout. So that's just something that I kind of battle with. If you've listened to me before, it's like it feels as though if it's a long time when you do distance running, it just feels like a lot of kind of wear and tear on the body. It feels like 20 to 30 minutes per session seems appropriate to me, but I'm still getting the hang of this distance thing, and I'm trying to embrace it. Although I run that line of like going, you want to apply enough stress, but then you don't want to get into, over stressing your tissues and things like that. So that's all I have to say about that. So total run time was 1 hour and 2 seconds. My average pace during that hour was 9 minutes, and I ran 9 minutes was on the single track. So there is quite a bit of difference between the street and levee running and the single track trails. So I'm not trying to defend myself, but just being clear about there is a difference in that. Kind of the footwork is way different. There's a really skinny parts of that trail, and just trying to navigate over tree stumps and various other kind of roots and dirt and sand and those types of things. So it's nice. I feel like it builds a bit of strength And I'm definitely feeling my calves today. And I have been training on the river trails, but I think that extra mileage is definitely just showing up in the lower legs. So I kind of listed out here, not that that's really important. Started off at an 841, 846, 906, 920, 905, 940. So really pretty similar pace throughout. Obviously, it did kind of dip there towards the end, but I was just trying to find a pace that I could hold. I really wasn't able to finish very strong either. I didn't do any kind of sprinting towards the end. I pretty much just like coasted to a walk. I was done. I did not want to run another 10 minutes at all. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Once again, I just wanted to get that exposure. That way I kind of got this mental knowledge that yes, I've ran that far before and I've ran that far frequently, and I understand the pain that I feel, and I understand, like, I think it's important to have those kind of reps. I will run 2 more workouts this next week, and then I will rest at least Thursday, Friday, Saturday will be probably full rest. I doubt I even lift weights. I'm just going to make sure I'm going for walks, doing some cold plunging, maybe doing my rituals, so hanging from a bar, doing some kind of various things, but probably nothing stressful towards race day, just to really try to rest and recover. That way, when the start signal goes off, I'm ready to go, and I feel good and confident that I can go out and run a race, and hopefully I can beat last year's time. So that's all I've got for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Please tune in next time. I'll continue to try to make creative content for you. We'll see what I come up with.